Domestically, is contact tracing and, I don't know, expensive testing, RT-PCR, antigen, is this still needed at this point as we're trying to become endemic? And how effective are the current vaccine cards, booster cards in, in travel when we want to reopen and we're still having quite some restrictions in being able to just travel freely?
With the IATF, since we have a good vaccination rate, especially our tourism stakeholders, they're already close to, well, 100%, like in Boracay, Baguio, Palawan, they're already 100% vaccinated. The travel restrictions are really up to the LGU. Some LGUs have become less strict. They no longer need negative RT-PCR. I think they only required RT-PCR when we were under alert level 3, because most of the tourists come from NCR. But when we went down to alert level 2, and as we speak, our cases are continually going down, all they're asking for is a negative RT-PCR if you are not vaccinated. But if you're vaccinated, no need. But and it's also good that we're already also vaccinating ages 5 to 11. So at least bawas ng gastos yon. But also the Department of Tourism through the TPB, we also offer free RT-PCR tests because this is to encourage domestic tourism. So when you look at the contribution of tourism to the country's GDP, last 2019, it was 12.8%, and 10.8% came from domestic tourism. So at least we're doing what we can. I'm seeing also that the LGUs, since we are now in alert level 2, they're less strict. With contact tracing, as early as 2020, for example, for accommodation establishments, we've been very strict with health and safety protocols. Most of these LGUs they give you a QR code once you pass their, for example, you are fully vaccinated, etc. And that's what's supposed to be used for contact tracing. With the hotel industry, with the tour operators, etc., we already know the drill. Unlike 2020, we had to start from scratch. There was no handbook for COVID, but now we know best. Like even when NCR, remember when we had an Omicron surge last January, you notice people were already mindful. They would already tell people, oh, I tested positive. And they already tell other people, diba, that they tested positive and then they were with that person. So I think we already know as Filipinos the minimum health and safety protocols, the do's and don'ts if we have symptoms. Or diba, when we feel something, we don't go out anymore because we're assuming that baka we're positive, etc. But you know what's good now with alert level 2 and cases are continually going down, we are vaccinated, and we continue to vaccinate, and we're already vaccinating even the 5 to 11-year-old.
Okay.
Vaccination is key.